What is something, if you were looking at this poster, like it's not written outright, but you can infer that, I'm meant to look at this and feel this way or think this thing?
Because we do see, think, wonder in my class, I see that students are able to engage more deeply with primary sources and secondary sources that we encounter in the course of the lesson.
What emotion is this propaganda poster making you feel?
Patriotism?
Patriotism is a great answer. Good.
I start my class with a see, think, wonder. I want students to come in and immediately be engaged by something they see on the screen, or immediately be like, well, what is this? And so it's an attention grabber for sure.
I'm gonna give us about 4 minutes. 3 things you see, 2 things you can infer from your observations, and at least 1 question.
The first thing you want to do is know what it actually is. You got to look at the captioning, and then that's when you start looking at what's actually in the photograph or picture. It's helpful to me because it just starts my brain up at the start of class.
In history, it's particularly well suited because that is the time where I really have my students engage with primary sources that are related to the content I'm teaching. Some of them are funny, some of them are upsetting. It always gives you some kind of reaction.
I feel like it helps us get like a better understanding of the topic by trying to get there ourselves and figure it out ourselves. I feel like we're learning more.
Ready? So, this is a World War I propaganda poster. Okay, now we know what it is. What do you see? There's a lot to unpack. Gwen.
The title is If You Can't Enlist, Invest.
What I'm asking my students to do is to see, without any biases, just look deeply, because a lot of times we'll jump to our inferences, but those will be wrong, especially if we're not looking deeply.
What is he fighting? I'm gonna write on the source now. You should write on the source too. Will.
Devastation. It's like in the bottom left.
A lot of times I will see things for the first time for sources that I have been very familiar with. Suddenly, oh, you're right.
Blake found it. I've looked at this for many years. I know what it is now.
Whoa.
Yes. What is, that's her like hand, right? So we've got a witch who is representing what?
Devastation.
Devastation. All right, inferences. If you can't enlist, invest. So who is the audience? Because propaganda is never random.
Maybe women.
Women, good.
If you start your sentence in your brain with, I think that's an inference, because you've already moved on from observing. You are using your observations to now give yourself a truth that you think is present in the source.
All right, now, what the heck is a Liberty Bond?
Aren't bonds like you give the government or a corporation money and then they pay you later?
Very good.
I want them to start making inferences and see where their knowledge gaps are. If they truly were a historian, they would engage in that, and then the next step is to, what do I not know?
Questions. Even if it's already been answered, what do you wonder now about this source? What would be something that would need additional research? Ruby?
Who made it?
Who made this poster? We need to know who the author is as often as possible.
This is like the whole reason why we do history, just to help us like in our day-to-day life, like understand why things are, like and their trustworthiness.
Too often in our interactions with media, we're quick to judge. I'm preparing them for citizenship and digital media literacy. That skill of saying, whoa, 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 is that backed up by the observations? Is there something else here you might be missing that could give you a fuller picture?
How many of you, this would have persuaded you? Yeah?